like I just said, what I want to say now is still more like a question. Pardon me. Like she just said something. She was saying that why the relationship fail is not just it's not based on the female gender alone. That is both genders. Now, in this 21st century, or let me just say from the very beginning, even in the Garden of Eden, what made the relationship fail was from the female gender. Yes, but it was the female gender who did what God asked her to do, and then still went ahead to convince the man, and then the man fall. Now, if you look at this our 21st century, like she just said something again. She said yesterday she was asking her friend who was about going to somewhere. Then she said the guy is too committed, he's too busy that she cannot go. Then she said, why? And she said, no, I don't love that guy. I was going there because to catch. Now, before you look at anything, if there's a failure in anything, there must be a reason why that thing is failing.
That's true.
Even if it's both parties that are making it to fail, but we must have one angle whereby it's failing, whereby the failure is coming from either 90% or maybe 100, or let me say 95% coming from. So now what I want to say is that, is it the female gender that is causing relationship to fail more in this 21st century, or the male gender? So the floor is open.
I don't want this thing to be more like a debate. I don't want it to look like a debate yet. Maybe in our subsequent editions, we can now have that debate feel. But for this edition, I don't want it to look like a debate where you throws a question, she answers, and then it almost looks like we're fighting. So, however, when she was talking, I picked out some
You have
points.
something to say, right?
She has something to say to respond to him. I know definitely.
No. She can be given the opportunity to respond.
No, she has to. She has to. But before she do that, she said some things, and he came from a very biased point of view. That's why that reaction will come in that way. But I wanted to ask a question. She said there's no love. Let's know what love is first. Then let's also know what dating is. Dating was not part of the human culture. It was introduced, like what I said, it came in 1910 and 9. So it was introduced. Some set of human beings felt like the way the parents are doing is not good enough. Let it be that me, if I like a girl, I call her, we go out, we eat somewhere, we know each other, we do first date, second date, and then from there, if we really like each other, we can now move to courtship, or we can now move the relationship to. Then even that dating has been redefined several times. At first, it was just me and the girl going out to eat and then talk to know each other. Then it now moved to a point where we now start having romance, kissing, and having sex. Formerly, dating did not have that in it. It was not part of it. It was as culture evolved, that was not added to dating. And some of these complex things are one of the reasons why this thing actually failed. Honestly. But most times we are not aware. Okay, let me ask a question. If you have unwrapped the gift, what's the chances that you'll be anticipating to see what is inside when you have already unwrapped it? You've already seen the content. So now they're not telling you to make commitment to see the content again. It's like you've already seen the content. I don't know if you get. And from both parties, it's not like just the guys alone. The both parties are the ones that are compromising. The lady is like, oh, I really like this guy. To really prove that I love him, let me give him my body. The guy too is thinking like, if she loves me, she has to give me her body. And then the lady sees that, okay, I've given you my body. That means you have to commit financially to show that you really love me. And this is the reason why there's lots of chaos now. Actually, I did a survey in bed shops in Bayelsa, Yanagua precisely. The survey I did, because I noticed there are lots of guys there. So I asked several guys. I said, would you like to have a girlfriend? Everybody said no. Not one person said yes. They said, why will I have a girlfriend when I can just pay for sex? They said, if I need a girl, I call her, she comes over, she spends the weekend with me, I give her money, she goes back. That if they have a girlfriend, they'll be funding so much bills. And that's the Nigerian society actually. And most of these bills are very unrealistic things you'll be requesting for. So when those bills overwhelm the guy, he'll be like, what's the point of doing this? And I met some guys who they were funding bills like that, and the girl got pregnant in their house for another guy because he was trying to say he doesn't want to sleep with her and all of that while he was taking that responsibility. So when that relationship failed, the guy became toxic. The guy became toxic in the sense that if he meets a girl, the first thing he needs is sex. If you're not ready, get away.
Yeah.
And then there are some ladies too. Guys broke them when they were very sincere and pure. They didn't have intentions of exploiting a guy, but a guy came into their life, spent money on them, had sex with them, dumped them.
That's true.
And then some of them stayed in the relation for a while. They got beaten up several times. They were still trying to, maybe it will change, because they had these emotional feelings for that person. They tried to see if that thing will work. So the both genders have tried their best to see how relationship works, but something went wrong. If you would have listened to what I was saying, first, dating evolved. The package that was not introduced to dating, some of the things were not there before. And let me say something. A successful courtship is not necessarily that we got married after we courted. It could be that we saw that we can't work together. So we'll be like, oh, please, let's go our separate ways. It's also a successful courtship. It's better to break up when it is safe than to now do forever and now have divorce or kill each other inside the marriage. So the questions I have, before I move into the questions, I want to say something statistically that it's a statistic that is out there. You can Google it. The three major causes of divorce in marriages. Number one is finance. The two parties are having issues of, maybe one party is providing more, the other party is feeling like you're not bringing anything to the table, or the woman is saying you're not providing enough to fund my bills, and then they start having issues because of finance. So finance is one of the major issues, number one on the table of things that cause divorce in the 21st century currently now. Number two, we have communication. They are not compatible. Like, they can't settle their differences and bring a common ground. Each person have a different opinion. Yesterday I was in the studio. Somebody was saying she and the guy, they had different opinions, and nobody was willing to compromise his own opinion for the other, so they had to go their separate ways. You see now, so they were having serious communication issues.